I love her though. And I think she
I
loves
gotta
me.
speak me.
What's up, everybody? I'm Gymkhana Josh, and welcome to Beyond the Apex, where we talk about motorcycle everything and then some. Tonight is going to be an awesome show. We have two pillars of the community here with us. We got two entrepreneurs, two just upstanding gentlemen that are making big things happen in this motorcycle world. Over to my left, you will see my co-host Butter. What's up, Butter? How you doing, man?
Yo, what up? What up? Peace, everybody. Yeah, I'm excited about today's show. We got some real royalty up in the building.
Right?
What
All right. So
up, butter?
down at the bottom left of your screen, we have Ronnie. There is so much to say about Ronnie. He's involved in so many things. He's influenced so many people, and he's actually ventured out onto a new entrepreneurial project that he's going to be talking about this evening, and it's going to be a great benefit to the motorcycle community, at least here in New York City. That's for sure. I'm sure it'll inspire more people outside New York City, though. How you doing, Ronnie? What's up, man?
What's going on? Yo, Josh, you actually cutting out on me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
He
you.
normally gets that, but you can still hear it live on the show.
Oh, please.
I'm used to it
I
already.
hear.
Tell
That's
us
just fucking Windows computer.
how you doing, Ronnie?
What's going on, guys, man? How you doing? I was having a little technical difficulty hearing you for like a hot moment, Josh. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
spend all this money to live in this beautiful condo and all this wonderful AT&T crap, and I have the worst damn signal in the world sometimes. Yeah.
But all
Yeah,
right.
it's awful.
And then down the bottom right of your
Yeah.
screen,
Butter,
aka
this is almost like a Tuesday night phone call with you, just like a normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just more
Yeah.
people involved in the call. But
There you
anyhow,
go.
Yeah.
without further ado, on the other screen, the handsome devil you see down there, smiling like the Gucci smile, is the savior of all saviors in New York City. I know a lot of you motherfuckers done broke down, went down, bike don't start. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the mad transporter himself. Damon is in the fucking building. Shout out to
Hey.
Damon.
What's going on,
Number
brother?
one guy in
What's
New York.
up,
What's
Josh?
going on?
Hey, thank you, gentlemen,
How you
for
doing,
being
Ronnie?
here. I really appreciate it for
What's
sure.
going on, Damon? What's going on?
So, as I said in the beginning, Beyond the Apex, episode 16, we're talking to two entrepreneurs, but that doesn't even scratch the surface of what these guys are involved with. Um, actually, Ronnie, I want to start it with you because we've already talked a little bit about what you're working on with the depot. Give us a little taste of what's going on, what you've been working on lately.
Ah, ah. So this community's been very blessed to me. Few years back, we recognized the need to to bring people together and to provide a good avenue, a good social media space for people to start expressing their opinions about biking and stuff like that. I was taking people out on rides every 2 weeks or so, and I was spending weekends texting out 100 people, hoping that 20 would show up on a ride, and we'd go on a ride. And Facebook was evolving, and there was a word that was going around, and the word that was pretty popular was Gotham, and I grabbed hold of it, and you know, I myself, I'm a very diverse person.
To say the least.
Um, to say the least, and I was in my earlier days, I was this, white guy on a scooter riding around with 20 black guys, taking them up into the mountains and stuff like that, and realizing
Wait, hold on.
that
That sounds
feeling
super
of love-
shady.
Yeah, and yeah, not Brokeback Mountain, but taking them up into the mountains, and realizing that wow, there's this common factor amongst all of us when we ride, whether you're on a scooter, you're on a motorcycle, you're on something. But the greatest feeling beyond riding is riding with someone else. And I had haphazardly assembled something that is now 5 years later grown into this wonderful platform, this wonderful community, this Gotham Riders, and to the point that when you grow a baby and you some days let it go out on its own, and this is done well. This is done well. There are guys that I have never met that are putting up rides and meeting and get-togethers up in the Bronx, and 20 guys are coming around, and they're saying they're NYC Gotham Riders and the whole thing, and it's allowed this wonderful community. But in understanding that community, now we come to today's day and age, and so COVID hit, and if you know me, you know that I've had a very lucrative career, both myself and my partner of almost 2 decades in the fashion industry. We have seen things from the glamour side and to the hard end of working with this. When COVID started coming in, we knew that this was going to be bad shit and that this was going to rock our economy and change lives. And there was a point when we had gotten sent home and we were working at home, and I turned to Stefan and I had said to him, if no one's buying the milk, no one needs the cow, and I was staring down a day where I knew that, what, all that I thought that I built in 22 years with Calvin Klein, that it was going to end overnight. We knew it was happening. China was telling us it was going to happen. And so Steph one day turns me onto an idea where he was thinking of this industry and looking at everything, and he spent the last couple of years looking at it from a different view because he lives with me, where I try to live with you guys and try to balance out,
You couldn't live with
waking
me.
up at but waking up at 6 in the morning to a Facebook rant or trying to understand the whole social media and trying to understand Gotham Riders as a whole. And when he turned to me one day and he said to me, it's over, it's over, and we need to do something different. And his view, some days we don't see things from the inside looking out, and it's the gift of being able to be on the outside looking in. And him saying to me, there needs to be something better, and for all that you have brought to light, that Gotham has brought to light of exclusion and this diversity, this welcoming and this ease, that we can add to that. And in adding to that, I am very proud to announce that hopefully October 1st, we're going to be opening up, non-related to Gotham Riders, but Gotham Depot Motor Storage. And we've taken, hey, hey, hey.
So I'm gonna pause you right there for a second.
Yeah.
Because not only are you a part owner of this, but there is also a minority partner who is half the partner. But can we bring in Steph into the picture?
Yes,
you want
to bring
is,
in Steph is close. Steph is close. My partner here. Steph is actually. You know what? For years I ran. For years when I would do shit on Gotham, I would always joke around and I would say, I'm Oz. I'm that man behind the curtain, But going to this venture with Gotham Depot Moto. No, Steph is Oz. Steph is the man behind the curtain. I would love to bring him out 1 second. Hold 1 second. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
He's like running away from the camera right now.
No, I mean, it's a minority. it's a minority-owned business, so we got to bring the majority partner. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we do. We promote our minority brothers. You know what I mean? Like, the
Thank you
white
very
man
much.
got plenty of
Very
fucking
much.
shit. What up, Steph?
Right.
Man? What's going on?
What's up, baby? How are you, kiddo? How are you? So
I'm
yeah,
good.
absolutely, definitely proud to announce Gotham Depot Motor Storage. This is going to be a facility for the community, for the community that we ride, that we ride and that's a part of our lives. And it's not just taking care of the bike, in itself. It's really taking care of the person.
Yes.
I find, even though I'm not within a group myself, and I've been riding maybe 8 years or so, but I like the community, and I like what the community stands for, and the part that I want to be able to play is actually to give back.
Mm.
To say that, yeah, when you come into my own home, I mean, you're completely welcome, and so should be this place. So it's that moment, and it's that moment for it to happen.
So I hear this place is gonna have like 60 some odd what parking spaces, private lounge, cigar lounge.
Don't give away all the
Like kick
secrets,
your feet
man.
up.
Right. We're still in the process, but our members will be very, very pleased, and they'll be pleased with the package that they will receive. And yeah,
So I
I'm
so
very proud that this is happening.
so I know because this is also why Damon is here. I mean, Damon he's New York City's #1 bike transporter. So from my understanding, there's going to be some sort of relationship between you guys and Mad Transport in giving white glove service, like
Yeah.
guys like
Absolutely.
me who own $30,000 fucking bikes and want to be a prima
Absolutely.
donna
Brush
and
off your
have somebody
shoulders
do
real
it the right
quick.
And
way.
you know,
Step God, save me,
and
save me to blow that shit up.
right. And
So we
trust me,
get guys like that.
it would be my pleasure to to have that type of partnership, and like-minded people, and that's what it really is. And again, it's community.
Mm. So
Absolutely.
Community.
I look forward to it. I mean, I know I ran into you guys at a shop not too long ago, and we, I briefly spoke about the partnership, and I'm glad that it's really, really evolving and coming to life, So we'll speak on it more behind the scenes, and I
Absolutely,
can't wait to unveil it. Absolutely,
but
guys.
Damon,
So
please
I
explain
got
for us
I,
more of like what you do. I know Brother's given me a little bit before we talk, but
right. So let me put Ronnie back on, gentlemen. It was a pleasure.
thank you.
I will talk.
we'll get you back on. We'll get you back on.
Right.
Don't
I'm
go too
sidebar. I'm
far.
sidebar. I'm sidebar. I'm sidebar.
So we want to when we talk to Damien, we know Damien is one of the key conduits in the bike world. You can call Damien anytime, all hours of the night, Sunday through Sunday. He's around. He's always around. If he can't get you,
The hardest working man in fucking showbiz. That
for real,
man is.
absolutely.
I gotta tell you, the hardest working man. I ran into him. I ran into him about 2 weeks back. We ran into each other at Prospect, and the day was 100 damn degrees.
And he's
And there
out
was
there
nothing
busting
more.
his ass.
Busting his ass, and I was
So
just
so
like, oh man,
so
Listen,
I want
you know.
I'm just a resource for the community. That's how I like to look at it.
so
I don't,
part of what I was trying to bring Damien and why Damien was going to be a very asset to the show. Not only is he, I mean, Damien himself always provides white glove service. Anything you need, he's there for you. He knows how to operate, knows how to handle a bike. But one of the most important things that Damien brings to the community is something that he can say, because sometimes you got to hear it from the horse's mouth. He's constantly picking up bikes that don't run, bikes that have been sitting, bikes that have been improperly ridden, bikes that just been mishandled. And I think it's important that you hear from him once you find out how expensive it is to tow your bike and get it to point A to point B. What are the most important things that you see when you go pick up a bike?
I mean, I think the most thing, as a rider myself, and I've been riding for almost 20 years, is that most riders really, honestly, don't know a lot about their bikes. They know how to ride, and that's it. But the maintenance side of it, most riders neglect it. And just like a car, you have to keep up on your oil changes, your fluid changes, things like that, and people neglect those. And I think that that's really the main thing. that I see, with most bikes that need service or need to be towed to a shop, or break down.
It blows my mind that you'll get on something and go over 100 miles an hour and don't take the time to make sure that your chain is greased.
Mm-hmm.
It blows my mind for shit like
guilty.
that. And my own attitude. Like I know how I am. And there are people that I come from a very skilled father. My dad said it's the right tool for the right job, and if you can take it apart, you can put it back together. And I couldn't, and I remember as a teen changing a clutch of a car in the middle of the winter in my driveway because I needed that car to go to college, and saying to myself, yo, to a point in my life, I ain't doing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do this. I don't want. But I never let go, or I never got negligent over what was needed. And it's the truth. Like you ride with people and you see that like you just want to say like, yo, take care of your stuff. This is carrying your life. This is carrying your life. Yeah. But Damon, much more than that, man. You see all the different types of riders because you're picking up the Harley dude. I see you're picking up the Harley dude. You're picking up the scooter dude. You're picking up the sport bike dude. So you to be seeing.
Yeah, I would definitely say, Ronnie, over the past sort of 5-6 years I've been doing professionally, I've interacted with every single type of rider you could imagine. From top to bottom. I'm talking in every single sort of field too. I've met top chefs. I've met straight up Harley dudes. You know what I mean? Like grungy Harley dudes. I mean the gambit. I've dealt with it all.
It's crazy. That's kind of what I realize about this community is that we get on two wheels. There was a conversation a while back, and there was a conversation about how people high sign and people high sign and the logistics behind that and it was the classes who high sign and who don't high sign. Mm-hmm. But there's a certain exposure when you're on two wheels that you are no longer that doctor. You are no longer that designer for Calvin Klein. You are no longer. We are on the same equal ground as a two-wheel rider or a three-wheel rider or a slingshot a four-wheel rider.
Mm-hmm.
But
except for Butter, he's the track master.
No, I know. Butter's got a fancy tracksuit. Butter's got a super suit. Butter's got a super suit.
That's the only thing I haven't done because I haven't done track is we deal with too many track riders. But I'm gonna get out there one day, Butter. One day.
You know what, David? David, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad because I'm sitting here with you, and he knows. I love track. I ain't got no desire to get on track, and I ain't getting on track on the possibility of fucking up my shit.
But he'll get on the motherfucking Jersey Turnpike with me.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
With you.
Yeah. There you go.
So again, actually,
I think Ronnie, you really hit it on the head when you said that this community is really a blended community, and it really doesn't matter what you do, who you are. Sort of what you're about, when it comes to two wheels, we all share that common bond. And I think that this, just doing what I do is open up so many doors, and I've met so many people through that and made so many connections and networking and, even things outside of bike life,
Yeah,
it happens.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the ride home when you pick up a bike.
I'll quickly, just real quick, tell you some Facebook bullshit. This morning I wake up and there's a post up in Gotham. And this is like, my morning routine. I'm up, I'm having my coffee, my cigarette. I'm taking my movement. I'm reading everything. And there's someone put up a post that a Can-Am flipped over
on the Marine
Parkway Bridge. Right.
Yeah.
And some asshole writes, who cares?
Damn.
Now, first up is I was raised very simply. If you got nothing nice to say, don't fucking say anything at all. Okay. But with this, I just wrote back to this dude and I just said, yo, man, you sound pretty sad. Does anyone care for you? And should you not realize that, all lives matter, and to be in this time, and now, I'm not I'm not a mold I should have been. I live a life that I want to live. I live a happy life. I live a diverse life. But in this time, to be turning around and saying that there's another motherfucker who takes his life as seriously as you do on the road and got hurt, and you say, who cares? I just immediately, I was like, you out of the group. I said my little shit, and I'm like, you out of the group, you know? The power of Oz.
So I got a group chat from our viewers. Ricky Yu wants to ask Damon, what's the most expensive bike you've ever towed?
Ooh.
Oh man, I'm trying to think. It had to be.
Well, if he's towing them, they're not that expensive anymore.
No.
If it's a Harley, he's a good chance of towing it.
Actually, I haven't seen a lot of the brand new bikes I get. I think it was probably a brand new Glide CVO. You know, I think that was up probably 30 and probably 30 and change with all the bells and whistles on it. You know, I've done brand new Ducatis. I don't know. I don't keep track of. After a while, they all kind of.
Is there one brand that breaks down more than others?
Oh shit! We're about to put people out there under the bus right now.
Yeah, no, right? You know what? I'll say this. Yes, I've had experiences with, repeated experiences with the newer Harleys.
Newer Harleys, really?
2013s, 2014s, 15s, 16s, and better for some reason. Something about them.
It's a damn shame. They have that reputation, and to me, you know what? I dig a Jap bike. I dig the technology behind it. I think that there's something a little more in the brains that people might understand and shit like that. Damon, also to ask you, because I always wanted to know, what is the craziest pickup experience you ever had?
Yeah. All right, craziest experience. Trying to think.
It's like a biker club of strippers that was just like.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so crazy experience. I haven't had too many. I would say 99% of my experiences are pretty normal, straightforward. The craziest thing I'll get into is, sort of a financial situation with people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's when it might get a little crazy. But that's about it. Nothing. No, I have no big stories, man.
I always, it's funny that you talk about that. We in building this garage, a big conversation comes up about insurance, and insurance is no joke. It's big bucks because we want to be able to provide, and we want, why should you park with me and not park on the street? And what the security of that is.
Can you work on your bike in your garage? Is that a thing that
you can work on the bike in the garage? You enter into a very funny territory. Obviously I have to limit the liability. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but you know what? If you decide to work on your bike and you do something that I condone, for instance, if I put in a tire removal machine and a tire blows up and hits you with the chest, I'm liable. So I come into a very strange area of tinkering and shit like that. And also, we want the garage to be more of your place, enjoying your time, enjoying it with your bike in a cool, clean place. So the maintenance that we hope that you're going to do is going to be less of the tinkering. You ain't dropping an engine in my place, But with all that being said, and insurances and shit like that, I've often gone out on these rides, and I'll go out on these rides with 30 guys or whatever, and I know as an older cat, I'm insured, and I pay like for roadside and stuff like that, and you hope that people do, and they don't.
They don't.
And when they don't,
Hey, Ronnie.
They don't.
Ronnie, that's what waivers are for.
Yeah, I know. Hey, a good lawyer taught me that.
A
good lawyer taught me that. But you go and look, and these guys come out and they go. We went out on a ride one day, and someone broke down, and we were at 120. We were up in like a fucking Delaware water gap, and we were at 120 miles out from New York City. and we had to get him 20 miles to be within the 100-mile radius of what his insurance would pick him up. You know, and that was a lucky situation. But a lot of times we go out with these guys, and guys don't know. I go out. I always try to. Me and Butter always have this talk. You know, you have money in the bank. If you go out far, you make sure that you know how to get home. And if you don't, and you can't get home, you make sure you have you make sure that you know what you're doing, you know, because you can't break down and now have 50 guys fucked on the side of the road trying to figure out what we're going to do with you where you got $37 in the bank.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm, you know.
No, I tell everybody,
right.
I tell everyone that I meet, you know, just add roadside assistance to your coverage. You know, whether you have liability, full, whatever, it's only a few dollars a year, but it's worth it. You know, I take all insurances, so you know it's better to have a peace of mind in your back pocket than not have it at all.
Do you work with companies like AAA?
Damon,
like
I
if
didn't
I were
know
to call
that about.
AAA, do they contract people like you to come out, or how does somebody actually get in touch with your business specifically?
Well, that's the thing. Because I am motorcycle specific. Riders have to request me. You know, there are companies that will call me directly, but it's better if you just request me directly, and they'll call me and they'll handle everything behind the scenes, just like any other, tow company insurance.
Damon, do you have freedom to pick up on all roads? I mean,
no,
are you limited?
That's a very long story. Most people know that highways are heavily controlled by like two companies basically in this city. We won't say any names, but yeah, they kind of have the highways on lockdown. No other companies can tow off the highway, so that's something to keep in mind. It's funny, I had an experience like that today. So customer broke down on the highway. He called me first. I told him, the situation. He has to call one of the two companies. He called the company. That company charged him $135 just to take him to the next exit and drop him.
Right. Just to drop you, just to get your ass off the highway.
Jeez.
And they said that they couldn't take him any further than that. He had to figure it out on his own.
Yeah.
And so, it is what it is.
Hey Damon, somebody in the group chat on YouTube said, this is from Gonzo31970. He said, "I'm grateful to Damon for being available to me when my bike broke down around Marcy Projects. Shout out to Butter for hooking everything up." So
thank you, man.
I gotta say, I met Damon at Prospect Power Sports, and kind of like everybody know that my boy Andrew passed away last year, and that kind of brought up a lot of different people together, and Damon was one of them. And from the inception of me meeting him, it was like, Butter, how can I help you? And anything I put together, Damon's like one of the top 5 people. Yo, Butter, what can I do? What can I do? Not only does he provide a service to our community, he's financially given. I mean, Damon was one of my top 3 donors. I won't put a monetary number on it, but he was my top 3 donor. When I did the EMS fund, he actually fed a whole borough. We had a couple of foods that went over there. So, and he's always in line to put people together. He's really good friends with my people's Black City, and that makes the relationship better because I just barely knew them, but he knows them and I know them, and now we're all together. It just makes it so much more better. You can always count on Damon. So, I'm really blessed to know the guy. He's a humble guy. He's a family man. I know there's a million towing services out there, guys, but deal with your own people. Deal with someone who knows you, who's community, who breaks bread with community, who's there for the community. I would put my bike on the line to know that none of these towing services are out there giving back to the community. You bring me someone who has a towing service like Damon's, who's giving back to his community, who's giving charity, who's donating money, who's giving away. Man, he's even raffled off free towing services. I don't know nobody who does that shit. And I've been in the bike game 30 fucking years.
It was 100 degrees, and he said to me, "I got 3 kids at home, and I choose to be doing this right now."
When he could be,
you know what I'm saying?
I only have 2. I don't have 2.
Right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I was like, wow, man, and he's like, I'm gonna get home, get with my family, and the whole thing like that. family and stability says a lot about a person. But may I just take a moment to just say that you've always been my go-to man. I've looked at so much shit over the last couple of years, and you look at an atom and you look at the nucleus of it, and you see where things like lead back, and you family, but but in all seriousness, you would turn me on to Damon, where and again, to go back to this vicious social media of watching and seeing. Well, everyone should know good people. Everyone should know that you got something going on, or you stuck, or you call Damon, you need something, you call Butter, you want a
I
place, you
try to tell
call
people.
me.
I try. I try to tell people simply, what I do is from the heart. As much as I say I want to pull away from just being generous to people and
Yeah.
not give a fuck, because I'm good. My bag is secure. My kid's bag is secure. My grandkids' bag is secure. I don't need
Right.
shit from nobody. But you know
Right.
what? A lot of that has happened from community. You understand?
Right.
And I try
Right.
to teach people, fuck with each other, stick to each other. I go to Ronnie for advice. We talk. How many times a week we talk? At least
Too
20 times a
many.
fucking week.
Too many.
We're on the
Too
phone
many.
all day back and forth,
Yeah. Too
and
many.
it's just either I'm asking him for advice or he's asking me for advice, or we're just talking about
Yeah.
shit that falls into line or whatever. And but
Good
there's
men talking. Good men
there's no
talking good shit.
there's no hate. There's no hate here. There's no
Yeah.
hate here. I don't hate on Ronnie. When he came up with that idea of Moto Gotham Depot, I was like, yo, go for it. I had something similar in mind with a smaller version of it, just for like good people. And he
Yeah.
just took it to another level. Someone else would have been like, yo,
Steph stole
hating
this.
on.
Steph stole this out of you. I gotta tell you, Steph stole this out from underneath you. And my
Truth be
my
told,
biggest problem was because he showed it to me straight and all shit. And I said, dude, I had this talk with Butter. I said I had this talk with Butter, but straight out, man. You know, Yo, man, Butter, man, I said to Josh before, I said, go big or go home. And I
That's
don't
it.
mean that in the wrong sense,
No,
but
absolutely.
it's like, this is, um, I, I think that there's a place for this in the community. We want to offer a real good spot and all stuff like that. I want to know that, that we're in touch with Damon, that shit goes down, that someone's there, that I saw him at Prospect that day, and I said, dude, this is what I'm up. And I might have come at him like a crazy man in the street, but we amongst us all know this great community, and I think that Butter, in loving you and all stuff like that, you've opened my eyes to things. I think that the next couple of years with all of us and everyone, going to provide a nice space, going to provide a different dialogue, a different area, a different way to look at things,
Ronnie, before
and
we
just all that.
started the show tonight, you kind of gave me a little bit of behind the scenes, like pixie dust magic. For the people at home, you don't have to divulge all the secrets, but paint a picture for
All
the
right.
people of what
Can I
this place
can
is
I
going to
can
be
I
like.
can I can I have fun? Can I have
Yeah.
fun? All right. So real quickly. So we're taking over a 3,200 square foot warehouse with the accommodation of easily 60 bikes at 3.5 foot apart, with a private locker on a wall with a lock, able to hold your helmet and all your shit, with enough electricity to light up the fucking Statue of Liberty, and climate controlled, and security. The security in the place alone, between key card entry and 16 cameras, every member is able to check in on their bike whenever the hell they want, like it's their puppy in daycare. Um, the security of the place, and then beyond that, we believe in the people. And we want to be the place that, first of is, it's located in Greenpoint. The address not yet for that, for people that, you know You know, I told one guy the address a few weeks back, and 2 days before I signed the lease, the guy was in the windows looking at the place.
You got a whole motorcycle meetup there.
So right now, while all construction is being done, forgive me, but that address is quiet. But it's down by the waterfront. It's a block away from the waterfront. It's in a great friggin' area of the Brooklyn Brewery, of rooftop bars, of easy commute to, easy parking, easy. I realize it's not for everyone, but you know what? Let's just talk shit straight up, okay? I smoke. This runs me $15 a day to kill myself. The $8 a day or less, you parking your bike in a place that you can go to, limited 24/7 access a day. And what does that mean? What does that mean? You know what? Me and my husband ain't got nothing going on but this place right now and the success that we want for this place. So from the normal hours till about 8, 10 o'clock at night, we're there. If you are afterwards and you're coming in afterwards, well, to the big ass motherfucking security system that we're installing, you can enter that place at that time. Now, to that place, we're building a members lounge. We're building a sky lounge. We're building a mezzanine. It's 5 feet off the ground. It's of the 3,200 square feet. We've devoted 700 square feet to members for this wonderful, nice little area. That you know what? There's a humidor. You want to smoke a cigar? Come smoke a cigar. You want to smoke something else? Come smoke something else. Come hang.
Sounds like an event space.
Come enjoy. It is not a clubhouse. It is not.
It's an
There was a big
experience.
conversation of do we allow colors? Do we not allow colors? Do we not? You know, people are proud of who they are. And again, to understand the diversity of shit, come with your patches. You know, but this is not that. You're coming into a gentleman's lounge, to a speakeasy. It's nondescript on the street, all stuff like that. Now we come into so you have this beautiful sky lounge, you have this beautiful experience, the whole thing like that. We're getting very involved with the community and the businesses that are around us and all stuff like that. Do I want to sort of have a bike night during the week? We will, but at the end of the day, we want you to be members. You know, we want you to come here and know this is that spot that, you know what, you rode with your girl for 8 hours and you came back and you parked your bike and you chill. And you might know that your bottle of cognac is locked up in the wall and you can have it and you could chill and you're sitting on a leather couch watching a projection TV, chilling. And it's that every member should have a feeling of ownership. No one's ever gonna feel that they're not welcome here. That it's like my.
We're gonna start doing live shows from from the spot.
Yeah. For real. Someone said to me, my GM said to me today, and he goes, you know, because the space is big enough, and he goes, you're gonna do events here. You're gonna do event spaces here, like shit like that. I haven't even thought of. You know, it's growing. It's growing, and we're just waking up and walking into this and promise to each other, is that we're going to do it right, again, no one can show more gratitude or thanks to the bike community than me. I swear that to you. To every day that I scratch my head and I go, thank God Gotham Riders, and I look at it and I laugh my ass off. Do I say, wow, I'm looking at this? But this ain't Gotham Clubhouse. This is something for everyone, and it's something a little different, and it's something, and the doors are open for all. But eventually, we want you to call it home.
Right.
So you can come hang and check it out, and come with the policy. The policy is, it's the member and it's their rider. It's you, your girl. It's you, your friend. It's you. Obviously, we got that, but. It's gonna come along. It's gonna come along, and it should be good shit.
So I wanna share something because some people overanalyze shit and they might say, oh, so that idea, but a thought of it. Anything I ever think of that I shared, don't ever think that anybody, and I you know what? Most people would be hating like, oh, he didn't steal my idea. No one steals anything. What he did was he took my idea to another level. And rather than have some rather than have somebody I don't know steal an idea or take a concept that I thought of or whatever, I wouldn't have asked for a better person to do this, because I myself personally, with all the other shit that I got going on in other businesses,
Thank you.
I wasn't ready to put this together the way if I would have put it together, it would have been half-assed. Like Ronnie took it to the next level. White glove. My shit would have been more hood.
Thank you. But I swear to you, but the guilt of this, and I said to you, the guilt of this was Steph hit me with this shit. This shit, when he was bringing this up to me, I was like, no fucking way. Because when you and me talked, I saw it, of course, but I didn't think that I didn't know how to bring it home. So when I came home and it hit me out of the blue, and I told you originally, we had started, Stephen taking me into Sunset Park. During COVID, it was, what are you going to eat and where are you going to eat it? That was what it came down to. And right before we went into lockdown, Stephen picked up a new bike. So boy's got an itch. He wants to ride and the whole thing. What kind of bike? He picked up a Kawasaki W800 Cafe Racer. Very cool.
Fucking bike.
Very cool. You know what? He had before this. He had a Suzuki, the Bobster, the 650, the whole thing, and it was orange and black. And my melanin man with his dreads, he looked great. I would see him on the road, and I'd be like, "Yo, that's my man." But this bike, man, single-handedly, he's an icon. He
makes the Kawi brand look so much better.
I'm gonna shoot off commercials and shoot them out to like the black Japanese out there.
Kawasaki needs to send him a check.
Right, exactly. But he took my ass out, and we were out on Sunset Park, and he turned to me and he was like, yo, he says, during this time and looking at business and saying what has survived in COVID, and we coming from retail and knowing that shit died. Again, Calvin Klein died, Ralph Lauren died, people died, and him saying to me, yo, warehousing has succeeded, motorcycle sales has succeeded, and there's still the people that are making money are still living life and still need to then figure out what they're going to do with their bikes.
I'm going to tell you something. Damon, how much more motorcycles have you delivered new sales?
Yeah, I can definitely vouch for that. Since COVID, for sure. I mean, new bikers have probably gone up at least 25%, and I'll say that
25%.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Seriously, easily. I'm talking about brand new riders buying brand new bikes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Brand new bikes.
With no fucking idea. Hey, with no fucking idea what they're getting into.
No idea at all.
No idea.
You got a pocket full of money, and that's what it came down to.
That's what it is. What it is. And you know what? And in all hope, seriously, I gotta know my customer. Listen to me. I'm gonna have two customers. I'm gonna have the diehard that sees this, and it might be not easy for them to come up with this money, but they know what they want for this, and for this experience holding. And then I'm gonna have the guy who Damon, who seriously wakes up on a Saturday morning and says, yo, I want to ride my bike out to the Hamptons. I want to be in the Hamptons with my bike, but I don't want it. And that's where, you and me come to play, and say, hey man, but can we get it out to the Hamptons? I hope in the bigger scheme, Damon, man, and I say this, I don't need to be all public on this and shit, but I hope in the bigger scheme, my budget allows for some mad transport, and I would love you to fucking head shit up, when I be there. I would hope that you'd be my first employee, because, you can't build a castle on sand.
Hold up. Not employee.
Contract.
My first
contract. You can't build a castle. You can't build a castle on sand. And my brother, I've said this to you. I've watched you for a long time. You have such my admiration. You are the hardest fucking person working in show business.
You know what's funny, Ronnie? Ron, you and I actually just met only about a year ago in person.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we linked up through people, and your name's been tossed around. I'm talking about for years now. I've met people on Upper West Side. I met people all over the city, you know, when they
Dude.
talk about Gotham, they talk about Ronnie, they talk about, and I was like, I gotta meet Ronnie. I mean, obviously, I know, I know.
There's your card. Your card. I got your card posted every goddamn where that I look because I'm constantly people are hitting me up. People are hitting me up like I'm butter, like I'm broken down. I'm on the beach. I'm on the beach taking a tan, and people are texting me and they're like, "Yo, I'm broken down," and I'm like, "Really?"
Sticking their heads under the stall at the airport, like, "Hey, man,
really? Cool, Damon. Here you go."
Well, you tell it. I'll be knee deep in ass and my phone's going off. I need a tow.
Me too,
Share
man.
the
Me
content.
too. Me too, but I didn't know.
I know. Shit.
Yo, Ronnie, so for people that don't necessarily need a storage facility, how does a rider like get involved with your business and
Well, you know what? I gotta tell you. A couple of guys down in Jersey said to me, and they know me, and they've been, I have friends over for dinner, and my friends come over for dinner, and it's a 4-hour eating experience. That's just who we are. That's just who we are. That it's, you know what, you're welcome. It's you lay on this couch like it's your couch. You come here. So people that know me and know that shit. So a buddy of mine said to me, look, you know what? He goes, I may not park there, but I want to be part of it.
Yeah.
So now, a greedy cocksucker says, pay me the money and I use your spot.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm like, look, you know what? Please come, be part of it, and know that you always have a spot. And that spot, if I never use that fucking year, and that motherfucker who can really afford to come and chill and hang, comes and chills and hang, then you know what? That's to more a testament to what we are. It really is. It's going to be that. It's going to be a second home. It's so nicely located that I don't want people just necessarily come to me, but enjoy the neighborhood. I mean, we have spent, in looking for this didn't just happen overnight. We've spent about 3 months hard hitting the internet and looking at locations and going out every day and looking at locations. We stumbled upon this joint. We were going out to a joint in Astoria that we knew were a bust, and Steph said, "Yo, let's go up through the waterfront." And we went through Williamsburg, and we realized where our competitors, where's Moto Lady, where's, Cowboy Larry, where's Ryder Street. We knew where shit was, and we got to a point, and we stumbled upon this. We were riding down shit, and we were looking on side streets. And Steph said, "Yo, let's call this joint. Let's look. Let's go here." And we called the joint, and the guy that answered the phone said, "Yo, this place is booked, but I got a place around the corner." And I said, "Look, I'm going out to a store to look at something that I know is a bust." And he said, "Yo, when you come back, come check this place out." And hours later, non-announced, nothing like that, we showed up, and as we pulled up to it, we were flipping out because we immediately coming down the block, and the views of what's going on the waterfront, and the vibe of the hood and the whole thing, and Greenpoint, which is as new to me as it will be to the other people, but in understanding what part of the neighborhood we were in, and riding, and the gate pulls up, and this guy's there, and just everything just fell into place, and so wonderfully, and my landlord himself owns a Triumph, and says, I'm your first customer. When we started talking about this, and we were explaining this to other people, we had a conversation with a guy that we know who himself owns a shitload of parking spots throughout the city. And, schmuck me, I don't realize it. And I'm talking with him, and the guy says to me, meanwhile, the guy is making millions of dollars on e-bikes. The guy owns parking spots, and about 2 years ago said, I'm going to get into the e-bike business, and fucking has made like $16 million over the last 2 years. But I'll tell you the name at another point because he's in the hood. But anyway, so I tell the guy this, and the guy says to me, I wish you would have approached me, and can I invest in the next one? I know that we're in a time of COVID and the whole thing like that, and businesses are folding, and we are, we both Stefan and myself have been really raised the theory of it's the humble child that gets the grace,
Hmm.
you know. And we recognize, we ride around. I see restaurants that I loved that are no longer there, and the whole thing like that. But we believe in this, and we believe in the long term of this, and whatever it takes. You don't appreciate anything until you build it up.
Hmm.
You don't appreciate shit unless you work for it.
Right.
You know. So I'm not looking to come out of the gate with a home run. You know, that would be great. That would be
I think
great.
you will.
But yeah, but I'm looking to earn it. I'm looking to earn it, and I think that you know what I was able to do in Gotham Riders and in my in life. I'm one of those few people that I honestly say I know I'm an asshole. I know I'm an asshole, but I know I'm a really good guy. And anyone that knows me knows I'm a really good guy. And you know, so I kind of you know I kind of think that hey, this is what it is. I'm fortunate enough to be able to do this. You know, certain things about you know I'm not a young man. I you know I kind of unknowingly invested wisely. You know, and you know I need to take the next step for the next 10 years. You know, and you know, as much as hard as I put my shit towards Calvin Klein,
Mhm.
which was millions of dollars, to be I can't even say to be my own boss because Stefan's the boss, but to you know, yeah, buddy, you know that, but to do this now and to have this opportunity now, you know, all good things come to those who work hard for it
True.
and you know and we're gonna put it out and I know what we're about and I know it's gonna be so very different. I hate to be ever confident. That's the one thing that I can't be. I can be cocky, I can be funny, I can be smart, I can be all that shit.
It's okay. We forgive you, man. You're okay.
Yeah, but yo, man, you got to believe in what you do, and
Mhm.
I think that this is gonna change shit. This is gonna change shit. You know, we went for the last 4 months. We went undercover. All right, so I've rented
Hold on a sec.
spots.
Hold on
I've
a sec.
rented.
What you got, man? I saw you over there. Like, I gotta put something in there. What you got?
I forgot that we had to do this raffle, so I
Ah,
got my little nephew over here, little Justin. I'll see if you guys can see him. Say hi, Justin. All right. So
Hey.
Justin he's gonna pick got 25, 30 names up in here.
hey.
The
So
kids on
if you
the
guys
hey,
haven't
the kids
followed
on the
Butter on
hey.
social media, he's raffling off. This is for the helmet, right?
Yeah, this for
Yeah.
the Icon helmet.
Icon helmet, badass design on there. So anybody that's watching right now, this is the results for that
This is
raffle.
it.
Yeah, I kind of posted it. So all right, Justin, you ready? Pick. You can pick one paper. There you go.
Wait, you got to bring Justin closer because we knocked him out of the background.
Yeah, my camera is small, so it doesn't grab everything. Let's see who
It's
we got
working
here.
hard just to capture him right now.
He's dancing over here. So okay, then I stuck them all together. We closed them up pretty good. So the winner of the Icon helmet, because he bought multiple fucking tickets, is Fast Eddie. Eddie bought
Oh
like 5
snap!
tickets.
Fast Eddie. Damn.
Damn
Good
It's
job,
definitely
man.
a fucking it's definitely a fucking Gotham night when Eddie Carpenter
Hell
Gomez
yeah.
wins on our
Really?
Well, congratulations, Fast Eddie. You just
Shout
won
out
yourself a
to
brand new
Fast
Icon
Eddie,
helmet.
Eddie Carpenter
Yeah,
Gomez.
there you go. Fix my MC, Mr. Fix My MC.
That's what's up.
So yeah,
It's a
well,
big-
Eddie, if you're watching, just give me a shout out. I'll text you or whatever the case may be. So Josh, I'll give it to you so we can wrap it up.
All right. So with that, we're coming to close to the close of our show. But before we completely get out of here, I at least want to go around the room one time. And Ron,
Hey,
you
I
can't
hear Josh.
you can't take the rest of the entire night
The show can hear him.
to talk about it. Ronnie, what you got for closing comments?
Oh,
Yeah, he's good. All right, Damon, you got any closing words for us, brother?
Or Damon?
No, I appreciate you guys having me on the show. Just over the years I've known you, Butter, and Ronnie, man. We built a great network. Let's keep it going for years beyond. Josh,
Can you give out all your contact information?
Of course, yeah. If anyone needs to contact me, best way to reach me via text or even call 929-265-0526. Always reach me out on reach me on social media at Mad Transpo NYC, MADTRANSPO NYC. All right.
All right. All right. And me, I just got to say to you, mucho, mucho amor. And I want to thank you. And I just want to, yeah, butter, that for you. I just really want to, man, please pay attention and, please, hopefully you be a part of this. So, I'm welcoming to the community and all that. I promise you to put in all that we can, and that's it. And with, these wonderful gentlemen here, I got to tell you, it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to sleep in a good night today.
One last note, guys. To all my riders out there, please be safe when you guys are on these streets. I
Sure.
think just see and hear about too many accidents out there, and we want to make sure everybody makes it home safe, man.
Dude, I hate Monday mornings. I hate Monday mornings. Yeah.
All right. Well, with
In
that,
closing,
everybody at home, thank you for joining us. Please subscribe to the channel. Join us every Tuesday now. We changed our date and time. Well, not the time, but the date. We're doing it on Tuesdays now, live
Josh.
at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Josh.
Go ahead.
Josh, we forgot. So we got bike night Wednesday in Wayne, New Jersey. Check that out. We also got it's the guy in Bay Ridge, right? Thursday nights at the bar, 70th and 3rd Avenue, something like
Was that Firefly?
Yeah, right. Isn't that's?
I don't know
Bay
if they
Ridge,
do it
right?
every Thursday. I know they did it that one, but I don't know if they do it every Thursday.
So we'll find. I know we got bike night in Wayne, New Jersey tomorrow, so that's a good show. Anybody want to come out to bike night in Jersey? Give me a heads up. I also want to dedicate this show to my friend Tank. He was a pagan. He recently passed away over the weekend. I'm headed to a memorial right now with his family. So after the show, I'm jumping on tools to go pay respects to my boy Tank. So dedicate this episode to my boy Tank. Rest in peace, my brother.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you, man. Thank you, Josh, man. Always the greatest chat with your ass. But this is just like another Tuesday. And Damon,
Yes,
it's my pleasure to always talk to you, sir.
Of course.
For those at home, as I always say, leave this world better than you found it. Peace.
Thank you.
Peace. Y'all see you guys.